Let me start this video by saying I am being sincere. I genuinely want to know. I am making this video so I can gain an understanding.
Okay.
So no one can question black women. No one can correct black women. No one can offer information and advice to black women. Nobody.
No one.
And I know you're probably thinking, Ash, where are you going with this? This is not a question. I see so many women come onto this app, not all, but some, a lot, to be honest, and say they're having a problem with something. And you will have people offer advice, and they will say, no, that's not it.
Don't ask! For God's sakes, don't ask!
People will make videos where they are blatantly wrong in what they did. And people will come and say, you're asking if you're right or wrong. We're here to tell you that you're wrong. No, I'm not.
Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to handle the answer to.
You will have people that will make a video. Example, I'm never approached by men. What am I doing wrong? Well, maybe you're not approachable. No, you're wrong. Help me to understand who can say anything to black women.
Regardless, we can sit here and talk all day, all we want to, but nobody will never understand.
If black women can't critique and correct black women, black men cannot critique and correct black women, because you need to stay out of women's business. We know the counterparts can't say anything, which I understand. Who can?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm just trying to figure this out, because no matter what content that I put out, it is always with the greatest of intent to help improve my community. Now, we may not always agree, and I respect that. But why is it that everything that I say is looked at as a negative? It's looked at as I'm being a pick-me. It's looked at like you don't know what you're talking about.
You want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
Okay, so when the black men come and say, hey, ladies, y'all are saying that y'all are having problem with black men, here's why. No, it's not. Who can correct us? I genuinely want to know. I genuinely want to hear what y'all got to say.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I saw a video recently where a black woman was asking who the hell can correct black women, and then another black woman stitched it and it was all dramatic, like, who's not telling black women? Y'all don't understand what she's saying.
I can understand you feeling some kind of way about that.
Black women overwhelmingly are not receptive to constructive or critical feedback, are not receptive to accountability. Okay? Overwhelmingly so. To where when somebody like me says being a baby mama is not the goal, y'all want to get in the comments and defend baby mama-ness, as opposed to just reflecting and saying, you know what? If I could do it over again, I would not have had this man's child, but I love my children. Woo, woo, woo.
Right.
I could say being a crackhead is not what it is. Y'all gonna say, you judging. Woo, woo, woo. Like, y'all don't want any level of standard for yourselves because you're still full of shame for the decisions.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this is a question for the black women. Why is it that when a black woman decides to speak about what we do,
Not exactly sure.
that may be a problem in black relationships, what we do that's making us look bad, why do the majority of women view that as degrading? View that as pick-me energy?
I can't believe you motherfuckers. Someone fuck me a motherfucking celebrity, stupid ass bitches. I hate y'all.
And let me say this. If y'all think that black men already don't respect us, you're making it worse. Because if they see that you can't even look to another woman and take her advice, if you as a woman can't take accountability for your own actions, that's gonna keep making them respect you less.
Man, she worse than that, for real.
Because you're a woman and you can't take accountability from someone else who is a woman. And it's sad because men can do this. guys can give advice and say some real shit to their homeboys without them really getting offended.
The very fact that you think this might be offensive to me is offensive.
But with us, we get offended 24/7 because now that's disrespectful. You're trying to degrade us. What are you talking about? And the sad part is most of y'all are adults.
5 minutes later.
Black women are so terrified to hold each other accountable. That is sad.
I can't disagree with that.
Not holding black women accountable is the reason that black women are at the bottom right now. And the reason for that is if you hold a black woman accountable, they consider you a sellout. They consider that you're not a girl's girl. You're against your people. You're a hater. All because you're holding one another accountable to do better.
That ain't right. Shame on you.
This idea that you don't go against your own people is the reason that we are where we are. We're stuck. We are raised in a society that has taught us as black women that love and support means lying to you, coddling you, and agreeing with the foolishness.
That's some old bullshit.
That is what we consider love. So as a black woman, the way that I show my love for my friends is I lie to her. Yep, that's what it is. I lie to her and I tell her whatever she wants to hear so that way she don't get mad at me. She doesn't not be my friend anymore. That's what you're supposed to do. And y'all know me. I'm not afraid to speak out. I'm not afraid to hold us accountable because, again, not holding us accountable is the reason that we as black women are at the bottom.
Welcome to the bottom of the barrel.
Because nobody has told us that we were wrong. We need to do better. Everybody around us sit around and watch us self-destruct our lives and talk about you to somebody else. So that's saying to you, sis, you got to do better.
They're gonna need to step it up.
I'm not going to agree with that anymore. I'm not going for that anymore. I'm not going to watch you do that in my presence. Because if you do, I'm going to remove myself. But again, if you do that, the whole community is going to attack you. And you got to be prepared to stand on your own when those attacks come. Because they're going to come for sure when you hold a black woman accountable.
Much later.
Who can correct black women? Only a very narrow window of people can correct black women. You got to be 1995 brown skin.
What?
Under 35 or look like it. You can't be broke, but you can't be too rich because then you're unrelatable. You can't talk like a white woman. No woman of any other race can tell you anything. The men sure as hell cannot tell you anything.
Correct. Absolutely 100% factual.
Unbelievers or witches and warlocks can't be trusted. They're the devil. No wigs, lashes, makeup, nothing. You must hate men, but also have a loving and adoring husband and only be from the nation of their origin.
Right. I totally agree.
If you have ever said anything politically incorrect, if you've done anything wrong in your life, you're automatically disqualified. And so who does that leave? Jesus. Only God can judge.
Right. I totally agree.
This is the same God that is trying to restore their marriages that should have never happened in the first place. Same Jesus who wouldn't want them to go down to the clinic. Never mind how they got pregnant in the first place with fornication and adultery. He don't say nothing about that. And you learn real quick that the average black woman, she doesn't want correction. She sees nothing wrong with the way things are going in her personal life or even as a community. And here we are.